Happy New Year's, everyone, and welcome to Diamond's Corner, a new segment on my podcast channel. Today, I have my dad, Dante, here joining me for the first episode.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our new segment of our show.
And we will be sharing successful tips that will definitely get you in a great headspace this month. This year might have been rough for you, or maybe you're starting it out a little late, or maybe don't have time to really transition into a fresh, clean start. So we want to give you tips on how to slow down and get a grip on your life right now. Our first tip is cleaning out all spaces. Car, home, room, purse, bags, literally everything that may seem cluttered.
Don't be a hoarder. There's no way you can take all that junk everywhere with you, so put everything in its place. If you can get in your car after you got out your junky kitchen, when you took a shower in your junky bathroom, after you got out your junky bed, then it's something flawed there. You could actually change that whole narrative and do it the right way. Get up, make up your bed, clean up your space, clean your kitchen, sort out the food in your refrigerator. You know, throw the expired stuff out. Know what's in your world. Know what's in your body and put it in your body. Just basically do everything you need to do to defunk your whole situation.
Facts. I feel like if your room, something like small like your room or your car is messy, your mind is messy. Like that's a reciprocation of what's going on in your mind. So definitely, if you haven't done that yet this year, guys, get a hold on that. Super important. For our next tip, it is to create and go over your 2022 plan, your overall plan. So you should have a whole list written out, what you're going to do financially, what you're going to do business and career-wise, and things you want to accomplish this year. It's super important. You need to be reminded of your why this year.
You can't just enter into your everyday life without a plan. Either you plan to fail or you fail to plan. Companies like Bowen, they already have 20 years out of what their business plan is going to look like.
Right.
Even as an individual, you need to make sure that you have a business plan and a business-minded approach to your life, to your family, and everything else. So you have structure. So you have a roadmap to get to where you're trying to be. If you basically have an end goal and you don't even plan it out and you just have a big gap and then you end up at the end of your results, I mean, you have to make sure that you know what's going to be on your destination, your journey.
Right.
So you have to kind of map it out. And so, like I said, a roadmap to your success. And basically, by planning everything, you could be so much further, and then instead of you just slingshotting your ass into some shit.
Facts. And it's not too late to create this plan for yourself, guys. You can start any time of the year. Add a new goal. Add something new onto the list, you know? So I feel like that is super important. Make a vision board. Like that, things like this is key. We need to see this stuff to keep leveling up and growing.
Do an inventory of where you're at, and then basically once you do that inventory, see if everything is in place the way you want it to be. If there's some things that's not in place, then you definitely need to make some changes, and you need to put things that need to be in place so you can get to your end destination.
Mm-hmm. And our next tip is practicing discipline. Habits form in 21 days. This is the perfect time to form and create these habits that you want to change for the new year. So sticking to your routines and sticking to the plan and having self-discipline will really help you out in the long run.
Yes, you need to basically have some kind of discipline. Get your butt up.
Right.
Make sure you got like a reasonable expectation out of yourself.
Yes.
Of what you're going to try to achieve.
Yeah, guys.
Once you do that, then I think you're going to be pretty much unstoppable.
Right. You have to be hard on yourself. This is the perfect time because we have to level up. This is the perfect time to level up. So changing your habits and changing little things in your routine goes a long way. And so that's why self-discipline is key to all of this. You need to be hard on yourself.
Yes. No one's else is your own worst critic than yourself.
Facts.
So make sure you are very critical of everything yourself is doing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next tip is consistency. This one is a big one for all of us because most of us like to procrastinate, but we're not going to get what we need to get done if we're not consistent in all areas in our life. So consistency, we already know about this one. This one is a very important one for all of us. So just always have that word in the back of your mind. I feel like it's a good push. Like, consistency. It's a good push for us.
Let's put it into perspective. If people can consistently not do the things that they need to do and they consistently get bad results, then we can consistently know that consistency works.
Yes.
So if people get up and do stuff that's, once they figure out what their thing needs to be
what they're
done,
into.
You get up, you do it, and you repeat. Consistency. You're going to get you closer to your goal, but it's got to be the right thing. If you don't, if you're smoking cigarettes consistently, that's not going to get you where you need to be.
Right.
If you're, not making those steps consistently, taking the elevator because it's easier when you're only on the second floor. I mean, when you could have took the stairs, then what kind of results you're going to get. So I say do stuff that's going to consistently make you better. Consistently make sure your spirit is in order. Consistently make sure your body is in order by doing the things and the work that you need to. Consistently make sure your diet's in order.
Yes.
Consistently make sure your brain is filled with wonderful, loving things that can consistently build you up.
Positive consistency, y'all. Positive consistency. So that's all we have on that one. All right. Our next tip is self-development. You want to be always learning, always paying attention to the signs, always learning more about yourself and the others around you and the why of things. Self-development is key in every day. You always want to be growing and learning new things. I feel like that's super important. And just paying attention. So
I think every 2 to 3 months you should be teaching yourself something different. You need to take life is like a book of lessons, right?
Yes.
Like a math book. You got 1 through 24, right? You can't get to lesson 2 until you get lesson 1 down.
Right.
And so in life you have to make sure those lessons are going to lead you on the right path.
Facts. So that's why it's super important to pay attention, to little things. Like, I don't know, you might find out one little thing, and something might happen in your day, and it ties back to you.
Things change, too.
Yeah.
So if you're not consistently upgrading your knowledge on things,
right,
then you can be, left behind. Because,
left behind big time.
Even like with the metaverse, right? I mean, that's going to create a whole another business dynamic.
Exactly.
In the world. And people are like, oh no, I don't want to take part. Oh no.
There's way too much to learn, guys. And even if you don't want to know about it, you need to have the knowledge on it.
You need to have knowledge. I have friends that don't know anything about politics. They couldn't debate themselves out of a corner when it came to, who they should vote for, or why their religion means so much to them. I mean, why things are important to them. Like people have some people I know literally can paint themselves in the corner of like ignorance.
Oh no!
And it's just and it baffles me how people could stay.
That's like the easiest route for some others. Like
I got this thing I always say, and I hate to use the word, but basically either you're naive, stupid, or you have some kind of form of retardation where you're not. And all of them basically are you being an idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stupidity doesn't give you the right to just stand aside and still be stupid.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least if you had a form of mental illness or issues, then you would actually be, have a real reason to stay stupid.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But if your, cognitive abilities are strong and you can simply read and write and you can do all these different things, then you need to get up.
Put it to use.
Learn something.
Right.
And use the full potential of your little brain.
Right. Period, Dad. That was a good one. So, yes, self-development is key. And our last one, guys, is review all your plans daily and remind yourself your why. It's super important.
The why is important, I mean, nobody's going to do, it's not just about your what or whatever, or, it's just about the why. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why is this important to us? Why do we want to be the person that we want to be?
Right.
You know what I mean? And that only you can answer your why. You know what I mean? So that why factor is huge.
Very huge. And it's super important. Even when you're making your list of your 2022 plans, make a list of your whys. Like, why I'm doing this. Why do I want to be this person? Like my dad was just saying, like, it's super important to remind yourself of your why. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. By sticking to these tips, you will feel a lot better and complete in major areas of your life. These tips might be small, guys, but the smallest things go a long, long way. And I really want you guys to take the time for yourself and really enjoy this year and this month. It is the perfect time to do that right now. Just because we're a couple days in or a weekend doesn't mean it's over. This is the perfect time for you to get it together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a beautiful January. Happy New Year's and stay shining.